find out which one's a Democrat, which one isn't. Guys, you guys help me sniff out the fake Democrat.
Hello everybody, I have an announcement to make. We have a new channel. Yes, a new channel. It is named this, and you guys for now enjoy this episode of Odd Man Out. We shot this in February.
Most of us have a set idea on what a Democrat looks like and believe that they belong to a certain demographic. Do you have similar biases as well?
Healthcare for all.
If that's socialism, sign me up.
Let's see with this episode of Odd Man Out how easy it is for you to find the secret Republican.
We brought together 7 Democrats.
I am a Democrat.
I'm a Democrat.
I am a Democrat.
I'm a Democrat.
I am a Democrat.
I'm a Democrat.
I'm a Democrat.
One is a liar. If the group discovers who the liar is, they'll split a cash prize. If the liar survives, they win the entire...
Look, I'm telling you this right now, blonde woman's gonna get voted out in the first or second round. Look, I was right. Look, my mother was a blonde woman, but that's easy vote out. I'm sorry. Blonde woman, and if she got blue eye, it's over. I'm sorry. Immediate vote out.
Entire prize. Who is the odd man out?
When did everybody become a Democrat?
From birth. Honestly, when I went to school,
That girl on the right is wearing overalls. Immediately suspect.
I grew up in a really...
Wait. Look at what she's wearing. Guns N' Roses. Yo, that's some old shit. That's some old music. Who likes old music? Republicans, conservatives. I'm suspect of her immediately.
Honestly, when I went to school, I grew up in a really small town in Nebraska. It was very white. We had Fox News on TV.
She's the type of person who's like, I got my music thoughts from my dad, and my dad, he was like, oh man, too much immigration, and so now I'm too much immigration. Immediately, boom.
You're not helping your case.
Okay, that person in the middle there has to be a Democrat. Wide, kind of stringy jewelry, kind of the loose dress over the denim jacket. Yeah, Democrat, right there. Boom.
I know.
Not helping. I know my vote.
Brandon kind of was coming after me, was just saying stuff like, that's a bad move for bringing up that I'm from Nebraska and that I grew up with a conservative family. So I thought maybe, him coming off that strongly that he could have been the mole.
Where'd you go to school?
Oklahoma State University, which does not help.
Okay, yeah.
I come from a conservative family,
yeah,
went to college.
The thing is, this guy in the middle, he's being 100% honest, conservative family, Nebraska, he's saying all things that would paint him as a Republican. Unless he's doing some reverse psychology here, it sounds like he's just being honest. Because why would he be that honest if it would indict him as a Republican?
Was like,
Where did you go to college?
USC.
He's fucking Destiny's old neighbor.
Oh.
Democratic family over here.
I think I was targeting Nick a little bit. USC is known for being a more private, conservative school.
There's a 3-way tie amongst Blake, Nick, and Brandon.
First of all, I'm black. I think the Democratic Party aligns with the interests of black people. The Republican Party really doesn't offer anything.
Medicare is a big thing for me. My father passed away right before I was born, didn't have health insurance, and so when he got sick and got cancer, it just happened so late. I don't want that to happen to anybody else's parents.
The most important issue for me is the environment. I think Trump pulling out of the Paris Agreement
he pulled me in there.
Was horrible. I think the U.S. should lead this global initiative towards renewable energy.
He's saying that with that scruffy beard, that messy hair, those glasses, flannel shirt. That dude is a Democrat, man. Dude, that dude's voting green, man. Actually, he might not be a Democrat. He might be a secret green. This might be a 180 situation where you think you're trying to find out who the Republican is. Nah, that dude's a green. He's a green boy. He's voting green. He voted Jill Stein.
It's making me cry. I'm trying to get it together right now.
There's a 2-way tie between Blake and Nick.
Thank you. If the election was today, who would you vote for?
Andrew Yang.
Why?
I think his the freedom dividend with $1,000 a month helps like the far majority of people in America. Like,
I don't mean to interrupt, but also I don't feel like Andrew Yang really emphasizes the points that you first brought up about healthcare, and I think like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.
But he is for Medicare for all, though.
Okay, true, but like I feel like other politicians, especially who have like
Would be
led
more.
the forefront.
I'm planning to vote for Elizabeth
the
Warren.
primary.
What are your views on abortion?
Pro-choice, easy.
The only reason they're voting for Blake is because he talked too much and Nick didn't say shit because fucking Blake was getting all the heat. That's not fair. Blake was persecuted here, man.
Were you lying?
Blake was inconsistent with what policies were really most important to him.
No, people can. Never mind.
I think a really important question is what values really make you a Democrat to you?
Why don't you start out with your own question?
Sure. I am Iranian American.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I'm Iranian American.
Okay, yeah. Your
And-
parents are immigrants?
Yeah, my parents are immigrants.
When Sarah started asking questions, I kind of cut her off, and I don't know, that seemed kind of like a very aggressive way to come at it.
What does that mean? She was like, oh, I couldn't hear you. Could you say that again? She didn't cut her off. Hello. Could you say that again? Hello. She asked me what I said. That's aggressive. That is Republican characteristics. I got out the measurement. I saw the skull shape was Republican in nature. What is this bullshit? But she was aggressive. She asked her to just restate her because she didn't hear it. Look, this one right here, the Guns and Miss Guns N' Roses over here with the overalls. Why? Maybe because she's a Republican. I'm calling it now. I think she's a Republican.
Women's rights are really important to me, as well as like environmental rights. I'm a huge Bernie Sanders supporter.
What ways do you support the women's rights movement?
Well, like abortion, Planned Parenthood.
I'm half black, half Mexican, and my mom was actually brought here as a baby from my abuelita and abuelito from TJ, and then my dad's obviously black. And so, kind of like the same things black people are Democrats. Yeah. I don't like people telling me what to do.
Let me hear that again.
Kind of like the same things black people are Democrats.
Yeah. The way she said that, I think she said that kind of like through her teeth. Because, you know, black people are Democrats. You know what I mean? Like the way she said it was like, yeah, that's what we're supposed to be, right? We're supposed to get in line. That's what it feels like. That she says she resents it a little bit. Right? Right? Let me listen to that one more time.
Dad's obviously black. And so, kind of like the same things black people are Democrats. Yeah. I don't
Oh yeah, she sped up her speech too.
I don't like people telling me what to do. So like 150.
Wait, I don't like people telling me what to do. That's Republican, man, because we're the party of big government, man. We want to tell you to put on that mask. We want to tell you to like, I don't know, like force your children to be gay or something. Like, right? That's what we're all about. Man, she's not laying out the W. She's taking L's right now.
50% pro-choice.
I think JAZLYN was protected by Brandon, which is completely valid because people of color should protect people of color. But I just felt like I didn't want to come in and be a little bit of a bully and try to get to the root of the question.
But I would say like I'm a baby Democrat because I grew up Christian. My main thing is abortion, healthcare. Again, baby Democrat. I like just got into it, so thank you.
Just got into being a Democrat?
If you're real, welcome. Both of my parents are immigrants. My mom was born in Grenada. My dad was born in Paris, France. And then I'm currently in school. I'm a political science major, pre-law concentration. Then minors in ethnic studies. Don't think a Republican would take that first. Anthropology and geography. You didn't laugh, Nick. You didn't laugh. Anthropology and
Smiling. I love your story. I was a theater major, you guys. How many Republicans are theater majors?
I would say my biggest values is I'm a staunch feminist. Like
The thing is that I'm sorry to keep bringing it back to the girl in the overalls. Did she give any reason as to why she wasn't a Republican besides she said I'm black and Mexican? Did she give any reason outside of that? She said pro-choice, I think? Or she said no, she said abortion's a big issue. But then she said she was like a baby Democrat.
I'm absolutely pro-choice and I believe in women's autonomy over their bodies.
Obviously, women's rights is huge to me. There needs to be autonomy. Gun control, also extremely important.
The big thing that made me a Democrat was knowing in high school that I was gay, and I was raised in the military in the era of don't ask, don't tell. Carried a lot of shame. And, yeah.
How old are you real quick?
30.
Oh, dang. Thought you were in your 20s.
Yeah, so.
He's old conservative. That's how it works.
Just made it 10 minutes.
Wow, that went really fast.
I think we all were just really open with each other.
I told you, blonde woman, I had to get voted out. Every time. Every time.
You're shocked.
All the other women in the box had very like concrete examples to back up why they were a feminist and why they were pro-choice. It really sucked that I had to like vote Sarah out, but in my head, her answer was a little less supported.
Raise your hand if you think that more is still in the box and you would like to continue the game.
Oh, she raised it
I'm gonna
last.
start off somewhere.
Oh, she looked to see what. She looked. Look at her. She was the last to raise her hand because she didn't want to encourage anybody else to raise her hand. And she looked. She looked around. She was seeing what everybody else was doing. Look at her. Overalls. See? She's looking back and forth, then raised. She is 100% the Republican.
I'm gonna start off somewhere
100%.
really weird, but it's just based off a study I read. If you guys were to see a severed hand floating in a glass bottle, how disgusted would you be?
A severed hand in a glass
Severed hand in a glass bottle. How disgusted would you
Such an
be?
intense question.
How disgusted would you be?
I would probably be pretty disgusted, I
Okay.
would say.
I would probably throw up. Blood really freaks me out.
Okay.
Is it bloody and stuff?
Yeah.
Because like that's the
However your mind goes with it, how disgusted do you think?
I can't even imagine it. So like I'm not gonna say super disgusting, but obviously wouldn't just have it on my mantelpiece.
They're all ultra nationalists.
isn't
That's the
gross,
plot
it's more
twist. Damn.
Why?
Comical.
What
and
is the
confused,
point of this
like,
question?
I would like to know more information.
This is wasting valuable question time. What is the point of this question?
Yeah, what's the deal?
What's the study?
Okay. Essentially, a study in 2014 said that, like, based on like brains of Democrats versus Republicans are more likely to have like a gut reaction of something being more disgusting.
At the same time, though,
It's based on thought processing.
that's interesting
But-
because you two,
'Cause
like you're the
I-
baby Democrat,
yeah.
and then you were, or at least your.
Well, look, I could use this against overalls because she's the one who said she would throw up. But this is also a stupid question. Like, if I went around a room and said, would you be very disgusted if you saw a severed hand? Everyone's going to say yeah. Unless you place that severed hand in the middle and then you see how everybody reacts. Everybody's going to say they're disgusted. I don't think anybody would have said, I'd be curious. I'd see if I can give it a good poke.
Family's conservative before.
Both Nick and Jazz were really disgusted, and that's why like both of them were kind of on my list.
I thought Sai's question was really interesting, and what's so funny is I answered differently than what I was thinking in my head, because I was thinking that if I saw a jar with a hand, I would be like, oh, there's a jar with that. It wouldn't really bother me. But I answered that it would because I thought that would be the answer they were looking for, and it turns out.
Yeah, I mean, if I found like a body under the floorboards, rotting corpse, smelt it, saw maggots crawling through the eyeballs, you'd just be like, oh, wow. Compost. Really interesting. Yeah. Severed hand in the bottle? Well, who cares? Yeah. Oh, a jar full of severed ears? You know, whatever. You know? Just a jar full of severed ears, you know? There's a lot of ears in the world. What? Look, the next one's gonna be which one is the serial killer? And if this guy's in the circle, look, we gotta send the police immediately to his home. Don't even wait till the thing to be done.
It totally was wrong to do that. Oops.
Who are your top like two candidates? What are the issues that like you most resonate with their platform?
I'm a big Warren person because I love the way she's run her campaign, that it seems
For the most part.
For the most
Except
part.
for the Native American.
Exactly, that is, oh my gosh. But she seems like she's really out to meet people personally, and she spends hours waiting to take selfies, and she calls people personally, and she's only taking money from regular
the selfies
citizens,
is
not
really
big,
the
huge
thing?
donors, and I appreciate that so much.
I felt like
Okay.
Nick didn't come across as passionate. His answers just seemed a little premeditated.
I gotta say, the selfies being the reason why you support somebody would immediately make me suspect of you. Not as not being a Democrat. There's a Democrats that support people for weird reasons. But just like, I don't know, just supporting candidates for weird. Why would somebody be like, you know what, I was gonna vote for John Delaney, but then I saw that, like, I saw the selfie line, and I was inspired to vote for Warren. That's a dunderhead Democrat. True. Dunderhead Democrats.
And I felt like they were just kind of read off without emotion behind them.
I really like Warren, but I lean a little bit more towards Sanders because I was a sociology major. And so, sociology?
No,
okay.
but I like it.
I'm a people person, and in order for everybody to succeed, we all need to build each other up, not tear each other down. And so Bernie, he's
what
very...
What policies of Bernie? Are you like a...
Well, his racial justice is like a big thing for me, immigration, and then obviously like universal health care. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the stuff I get is from like Black Twitter, so.
Which is like totally a valid source though.
That's right.
Well, what? Okay, number one, she didn't give any policies. She just said immigration. If someone says, why do you support politicians? I vote on immigration. That could mean literally anything. That could mean you vote for or against more immigration controls. But Twitter is a valid source. In no context is Twitter a valid source. It is not a valid source, okay? It is not. Do not rely on Twitter as a source. That is a bad idea, okay? Okay, that is a terrible idea. If I relied on Twitter as a source, I'd be saying, where we go on, QAnon all the way.
I'm gonna check
I feel
that.
like we're all Democrats now.
Me too.
No, it is so clearly, it is JAZLYN. It is
As
JAZLYN.
soon as you heard him, you're like, yes.
I had a target on my back. That
It is
entire
JAZLYN.
game.
It is.
I
It
think
can't
age
be
might have
anyone
been
else.
a factor. I think that the four that were left seemed to really be connecting as younger people.
Raise your hand if you think that the mode is still in the box and you would like to continue the game. All right. If the lights turn red, the mode is still in the box and you raise. If the lights turn green, then you...
It's JAZLYN. Don't even play. This is JAZLYN.
What?
It's
It's you,
JAZLYN.
isn't it?
Oh my god.
Who is it? I know now.
Brandon immediately turned to her.
All of you.
Brandon immediately, he could tell.
I know.
I knew. You're lucky you're black. You're lucky you're black.
I was the most suspicious of the actual mole. I didn't believe JAZLYN at all when she said she was a baby Democrat. That's an excuse for being, okay, I'm a Republican, I'm coming onto the show, and I'm going to pretend to be a Democrat. So let me say that I'm a new one. Then that way.
Look, overalls, Guns N' Roses, baby Democrat, not explaining any of the policies. There was just so much. Her looking around, not being the last to raise her hand. Her looking around to see what everybody else did before raising her hand. Not being able to make her own decision about whether the mole was still in there or still not in there. Look, it was because there was just too much evidence. Too much.
People will
Not only is she a Republican, she's probably like a Josh Hawley Republican.
go easier on her.
When Brandon said that his first reasoning for being a Democrat was because he's black, the way that I was thinking and coming at it was he would never assume that another black person would be a Republican, let alone want to be very friendly with him and joke around.
I had my suspicions. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if she was the mole, but in my head, I was like, I hope it's not JAZLYN who's the mole. It comes down to identities as a black person, for better, for worse, I think.
Immediately, he was like, immediately when the red light, he just turned to her because he could tell. He was putting it together in his head too. Oh, God.
People should stick together.
It was just in here? Oh shoot, I feel bad, but like, I gotta pay off my student loan.
Those are all $1
Sorry, guys,
bills, aren't
but
they?
not really. The stereotype of Republicans is we're not white. We can be mixed race, we can be of someone that comes from an immigrant household like I did. I'm very pro-wall, I'm very pro-Trump. I do believe that immigrants have the right to vote, but legal immigrants.
You said you're pro-choice. Is that true?
No, I am not pro-choice. I am pro-life.
She is so pro-life. I mean, she voted for the person who said we should bomb civilians in the Middle East, but she's so pro-life. I mean, she's just seeping pro-life.
I used to think that Democrats, a lot of them don't really care about what's going on like politically. They only care about what's on like media. I really like seeing that a lot of them had their reasoning for being a Democrat followed with their morals or followed with their beliefs.
Most stereotypes about what political party you're in are not true. We have an idea in this country of what each party is and, you know, what your interests are if you're a Democrat or a Republican, or what you look like, and it's...
No, you know what? I'm gonna counter this one. No, they're usually true. I mean, like, I mean, it is the Republican Party is dominated by white men and white women. The Democratic Party is dominated by liberal coastal people in big cities, and you know, different minority groups, particularly black people. I mean, this is true. That doesn't mean to say that's not, like, there isn't people who fall outside those lines, and you shouldn't, and of course you shouldn't rely on stereotypes, but that's generally true.
Unfortunate, because no matter
It doesn't
who
mean
you
we
are-
can't change it in the future. I'd love to win, you know, more. I'd like to win back Ohio for the Democrats personally.
You could, I guess, fall into either category.
Here, across the board, we could be friends. I will help you pick up your money.
Okay. 6 atheists versus 1 seeker Christian. Oh gosh, don't make me do this. Okay. That was a good react content though. That's a